Question is, in retrospect, is it biblical? Now, I'm not condemning anybody. I was the biggest synagogue dude there was. Question is it what our master taught the Talmudim? First, let's look at how Jewish people meet in their behavior, in their expression of faith. Traditional Jewish people. Matityahu 4:23. Yeshua went about Galilee. What's Galilee? In Galilee. Teaching in their synagogues. Circle those words, please. Their synagogues. Proclaiming the Besorah of the Malchut and healing all manner of sickness and all manner of disease among the blessed people of Israel. So we see here in Matityahu, Matthew 4:23, that the synagogue is a great mission field for the unsaved, a place to go and to share the Besorah and the Malchut and to show signs and wonders that follow the preaching of the word. But it is their synagogue by connotation and implication, meaning unbelieving synagogues. Matthew 9:35. Matthew 9:35. And Yeshua went about all the cities, not just a few, all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogue. Circle those words. Their synagogues. How many synagogues? All the synagogues in all the villages that were all theirs. They didn't belong to him or his disciples. They were the traditional synagogues in all cities and villages. Proclaiming the Besorah of the Malchut again, healing every sickness and every disease among the people. Yochanan Moshe 1:39. Yochanan Moshe 1:39. Again, a third witness. We need to have two or three. He proclaimed in their synagogues throughout Galilee and cast out shadim, demons. In their traditional synagogues, he taught, proclaimed, and healed, and also cast out shadim. Luke 4:15. Luca 4:15. And he taught in their synagogues, being esteemed by all. He taught in their synagogues. Verse 16. He came to Nazareth. He stood up on Shabbat, as was his practice. He read from the Torah, but it was not his synagogue, it was their synagogue. Maaseh Shlichim. Maaseh Shlichim. I don't like this message, but I have to share it anyway, because it doesn't sit well with me. I've run from this for many years, all the way back to the Miami days, and even in the barbershop days. We're still in the barbershop days. Maaseh Shlichim 15:21. Maaseh Shlichim 15:21. Oh, this is a very famous verse on how new disciples, new Talmudim, need to go to the synagogue to learn Torah, showing that believers are not supposed to neglect Torah, but to learn Torah. Maaseh Shlichim 15:21. For Moshe from old time, this is the Yerushalayim Beit Din, and they made a judgment in the Beit Din that the Talmudim shouldn't go to church, but should go back to synagogues in order to be discipled in the Torah, so they could have a full faith in Yeshua as opposed to being Christian. For Moshe from old times, verse 21, has in every city those that proclaim his teachings, with his Torah being read in the synagogues every Shabbat. So the Talmudim were determined that believers in Yeshua should go back to their cities to hear the Torah being read, to learn, but not to receive membership. They were not to stay there. They were sent by the apostles to the city that they came from to learn the teachings of Torah every Shabbat. But notice the Nazarenes didn't run those synagogues in their cities. The Jews did. They would say, we don't have time to teach you Torah. We're busy proclaiming the blood of Yeshua.
Oh man, wow.
Go back to the synagogue in your local city and let them teach you Torah. And when you're not a baby anymore, come out of their synagogue. But right now, go back to your city because you got to go home anyway.
Wow.
Does any of this make sense?
Yes.
100%.
It was not a Messianic synagogue. It was not a Nazarene Israel synagogue. It was a traditional synagogue in their local town. These are the references to the synagogue or the church, because there is no church, in the Brit Hadashah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times synagogue is mentioned. There's a couple of times in James, but not in this context. 6 times, and every time it is mentioned in the context, listen, of the unbelieving Jewish traditional community. You cannot show me one time that the early Nazarene Israelite apostles and shlichim met in a synagogue. Not one. Is this a shocker?
Wow.
Is this a shocker? Not one. Daryl, are you up or just smiling? Both, right?
Yeah.
Not one. I explained to you earlier how long my struggle has been wrestling with Yahweh to move into a home setting. I explained to you how in light of being in Dade County that was impossible. But praise be to Yahweh, my wrestling with Him has come to an end.
Yes, amen.
And as a prince with Yahweh, I am ready to fully obey and implement His call for the next stage of our walk. So that both the school and the shul are in a home. The school is already in a home. And Yahweh was waiting for me to get the program and get the message and put the synagogue in a home.
Wow.
School's already in a home. This flies, I remind you, in the face of everything I want. I want the stage, I want the lights, I want the bells and whistles. That's the way I was raised as a New Yorker. When you do something, you do it big.
Do it big.
You do it publicly. You do it out there.
I agree.
What is out there? Evangelism should be done in the streets. Going to learn a little Torah, you want to go to the traditional Jewish synagogue for a few months until you get settled and established in the Torah Parshas, go ahead. It won't kill you, but don't stay there. I believe Yahweh is bringing us now to where both the school and the shul are in a home. Now let's have a closer look at where born-again Nazarene Israelites truly did meet and are to meet today. We want to embrace the pattern of Yahweh. It's never too late to obey Yahweh. Okay, yes, we've been at this for 11 years as a congregation, but it's not too late to obey Yahweh. It's never too late to obey Yahweh. Now, I'm not saying that I've got this wonderful light on a Damascus Road and we have to move into a home because this is what Yahweh has showed me. Okay? No. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, I had no light. And when somebody wake this dude up. And we he works late, he has an excuse. He works all night. You can give him some coffee, Actually, bring him to the little canteen. That is another danger of meeting in a home, by the way, the sofa. Get some of you guys on the sofa.